Hey, good morning. NQ eaten expired. Today's different, I guess. It hasn't broken down yet. Surprise, surprise, right? But good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Might be something different, maybe. We might see NQ do something a little different a little later in the day. Who knows? Or is it changing character? Now we have the new gamma levels. Let's refresh here. See where they're at. Where are they at? 532 and 414 or 412. Okay, that makes sense. Not gonna be much. It looks like an open auction right now. Just kind of balancing both ways between the open. Just chopping. I'm not expecting too much today until probably later. Well, it's gonna be a little boring today for me, at least. I don't think there will be a lot going on. I don't think until after the initial balance is set, so I might not trade until an hour from now. They got one vote. All right. It's hard to read what the hell's going on there. For stats, all right. Well, hey man, as long as there's no definitive wrong, right or wrong way, as long as you use it, you know, the answer's kind of yes. It seems like your indicator worked out pretty well for the expected moves yesterday. I think the expected move up and down, it was pretty well anchored with your indicator use. So that's good. I mean, this price is just magnetized to the New York Open. New York Open's right at 56.50. This price is just magnetized to it. It's not much going on. Yo, chilling, expected move lows right now. Oh, okay. As long as we don't break down. Where's that breakdown neckline for you? Is it below the 30s on the S&P? I'll be right back. All right. Hey, good morning, Frank. 37. Okay. Yeah. Time is at 45. Well, it's very choppy, dude. Nothing to do here yet. There's some momentum hitting the tape here. I don't know what. Oh, probably because it's 6:45. Sometimes at the top of the 15-minute prints, momentum kicks in sometimes and it looks like something's happening. This could be it, but sometimes it's not. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they come up to 67 or that where that VWAP is. It's the midnight VWAP and the full session VWAP overlap. That would be a good area for a short. But I don't know if it has continuation. I just know it's a reclaim area. Yeah, it's very messy. Ugh. Boom, boom, boom. Well, I think the only trade I'll be taking is if we can come down to that value or low right there. At 30s. Where's the overnight low at? Is that where it's at? Oh, the overnight low is in the same exact spot. Wow. Yeah, down there. So short, long there, back into the New York Open probably. That would probably be the only trade for now. We have an open auction. Open auction it is. Alright, Q is. Look at that. Just having diarrhea again. If there's one thing you can count on, huh? Is the NQ taking care of that for you. Here's the overnight low and the value low. Pretty slow reclaim. See what the newswire has for us. If this reclaims here or not, NQ tested this line in the sand level. So the journal here says the setups for today are overnight low failed breakdown or the RTH failed breakdown from yesterday. They're both lined up in the same spot. So if this reclaims here in the next few minutes. I wonder if they'll do the breakdown today before the Fed. Because if they do, it's gotta be below 420s. I don't know if they'll do it, but this can break down below 420. This is just consistently lower. The prior value area low just completely rejected. It didn't even bounce or anything. And Q's hitting the put wall, trying to reclaim. I mean, I really trust anyone here right now, long or short, honestly. It rejected the current month value low a couple times yesterday. That's structurally is important to understand. This is not a bullish thing when you're in the current month value lows being rejected after a bounce. It does say it wants continuation lower, but I don't think we have the push or we're in the environment for exactly a breakdown, maybe until post FOMC if it's going to break down. The Dow is really selling off. It has not got a bid at all today. And Q's the one putting in a decent reversal right at the top of the hour. Somebody wants to continue lower. I don't think this push up is real. Bobby's about to send like half an hour. See if they reclaim the value low here or not. I think they don't though, honestly. NQ has a big overhead supply area. It's a big resistance right there on the NQ, right at the 820 through 770. There's a bunch of layers of confluence there. There's like the prior value low, the current week value area low, the first standard deviation down, and the current value area low. And it's like a lot of resistance for the NQ to break. If it reclaims it, it's pretty good. I'm down to long if it does that. But right now, it's hitting its wall pretty hard right now in NQ. It's a big wall of levels up there. You can see them right here. They're all combined, all these. And then the S&P is failing. I think they might want to go to the parity low first, honestly, before we get anything. Hey, welcome, Mr. FH. How are you, man? 9Q is reclaiming that little cluster of resistance. Hey, I'm great. Thanks, man. How are you doing? If I like a setup, would be a short here, honestly, believe it or not. I'll wait to see if it tests 45. Yeah, it looks like a decent short setup here, honestly. If the NQ fails to reclaim, you just gotta see the NQ fail the reclaim though. $73 ES puts on the end of the week. They're paying good premium. No way. I've never looked at the chain for the ES. I what? 7,300, huh? It's 100 points out, well, a little over. Interesting. Is the chain has more premium than the SPX chain? I never looked at them honestly. The SES options chain. Yeah, yeah, I guess that's true. It resolves. It's either gonna go 100 up or 100 down, so you're not wrong. Because we're like what between. You're gonna end up like those. You're gonna end up like those South Koreans. Yeah, I'm liquidating like those South Koreans, bro. Isn't that what happened to him recently? Savage, I know, but it's true. What's the Cosby doing today? He's down 6% after having been down 11% yesterday. Cosby takes another plunge. Oh, man. See what the 5-day looks like. Yeah, getting fucking decimated. Look at him. Look at him. I mean, they're up a ton in the past 6 months. Don't get me wrong. Look at this. But yeah, right now they're getting their ass handed to for being fucking greedy. Yeah. What happens, man? I was reading an article. They were buying fucking triple leverage ETFs so that after the index is already up 70% on the year. Like, come on, dude. It's like, if they were to show me a definition of a retard, I think there'd be a great picture of someone buying the Kospi with triple leverage ETF on margin after it's up 75%. Oh, man. They got too long. Yeah, dude, they were greedy as hell. It makes no sense to me. Unless it's really clean. Yeah, rookies. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's weird. Weird behavior. So that was definitely a short there at the Power Valley low. I just didn't want to. I certainly was not comfortable taking it, to be honest. The NQ supply area, all those levels definitely worked against its favor. Beautiful madness. It's a terrible playlist. I'm trying to find good music right now and just no good. All right. It's like they're gonna fail a very small fail breakdown, but no thanks. No thanks. I'm not trusting this. I think it wants to go a little lower. Maybe touch that put wall. Mm-hmm. Not a buyer today. Certainly not. Here's the prior day low getting taken. Okay. Here's the put wall. Is Yankee barely gonna hit the overnight low? Oh yeah. Huh? And you can see it next to my head, I think somewhere up here, I think. You can see all the sectors are red by a lot. Ugh. They took those equal lows there, yeah. The ones at 20, what, 18 or 20, somewhere around there, just eyeballing it. See if they hold below the prior day low. And the prior weeks. Yeah. The prior week's a little bit lower, right? It's like right here, right around 407 or so. Okay, see if they can reclaim the prior day low here. I like along here, back into 30s. Only thing is it'll be small because I don't really trust the long yet. The relief bounce, NQ just hit the overnight low, so let's see if that does anything to it. Right at the put wall. See if this holds. Oh, 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 oh. Time is it 7:16? Okay. What? Alright, I'll bid here. I'll buy 2 lots. Just small size though. Not really a fan, but take a small risk. 27 and 35. Something like that. The tape's kind of shifting, trying to reverse. The only thing I don't like is the NQ is very weak. I might want to go lower before we go any higher. We haven't fully reclaimed dealer. I'm buying it a little early, so it's also not a good thing. And I only took it with 2 micros, so my risk is only 100 bucks. A pretty weak momentum. I don't know if it's going to reverse. It still doesn't look like a full-blown reversal. Very weak push into the party low. It's the Nasdaq. I think it's the Nasdaq really that needs to push, pull its weight. Because the Dow's already putting in a little bit of a bounce after having sold off all morning. If the S&P can do it. Yeah, the NQ can't even reclaim the put wall. And it's also current value low. It reclaims the current value low. Pretty decent for the week. If it does that. Give me some confidence on this trade. Right here at the where that pink level is on the Nasdaq. The level is about what, 688? Yeah, 688 has to reclaim that little spot. I wish I can say I would buy more, but I don't have the confidence in this setup to want to bid more. Yeah, this level's big on the NQ right here. Let's zoom into it. That little pink area right there. Big one. It's a put wall and a value low for the week. Big, 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 big. A lot of rejections here right at the party low. They're not doing anything and doing anyone no favors here. Look at that. It's a bunch of wicks there. Yeah. NQ is trying to reclaim that little spot, but it's pushing against it, not really doing much. You can see it right there. If it reclaims it, it probably should get a little bit of a relief pop on the S&P. But so far, nothing. Yeah, look at NQ just reject that level completely. Right at it. Oh, something happened on the NQ. It just rejected it completely. Look at it. It started selling off hard. Wants to come for that party low, I guess. Something broke on the NQ. Boom, boom. When I was my dog, it should just be. Yeah, it just NQ accelerated lower and lower. And the Dow also has been getting quite the sell today. So today's like quite different than most days, where both of them, both NQ and the YM, are selling off at the same time. Yeah, the NQ is getting puked out, man. I'm not sure what that's about. The NQ is getting wrecked. I don't know which one. I'm assuming, I don't know why I feel like it's NVIDIA or something. From the overnight, I was taking the prior day high. It's like a snapback pull up again, watch at some point. I don't know if I will try it again, but if they reclaim the prior day low. Oh, the IB is about to be set right now in like a minute. I think holding below this 416 area is pretty massive for the bear case. If it doesn't reclaim, it's going to be problematic. Big level to hold. Ugh. The down looks decent for a reversal, but the NQ is the one that needs to pull its weight. Like it's just a consistent move down. NQ's putting in a Friday low reclaim. If it holds here, we'll try this one too. Why not? 25, 35. That's the only thing right here. Reclaim with the prior low has to, but honestly, it's got to reclaim the yeah, just as you said. It's got to reclaim. I don't know if they have it in them. They might want to do the initial balance failed breakdown, but NQ's reclaiming the priority low, so I kind of like it for that reason. You can see it's pushing here on the NQ. So as long as the NQ can push with that same momentum higher, we can get a relief pop again. Oh, what the heck? No, 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 no. What the heck? My stop got pushed up. Anyway. Something like this right here. Anyway, we'll see if it holds or not. The Dow, I'm sorry. The S&P is trying to put in a reclaim. It's holding the parity low, but it has to hold. I think definitively, like the real reversal line in the sand is going to be that value low at 670, 680. So for now, just kind of hoping it reclaims. So far, there's no momentum still. We're pretty extended on a standard deviation basis. Where are we? Where's my... It's not showing signs that it wants to reverse quite yet. Where's the standard deviations? Where's the second one at? Well, actually, the second one's quite far down. Where is it? Or am I missing it? Oh, I don't see it. My DOM doesn't show it right now. Interesting. Anyway. Pretty weak action, dude. Very weak action, actually, I should say. None of the bounces are holding. Very disappointing, but it is what it is, man. Bulls can't take it every single day. Right now they're in trouble. We're holding below a massive structure. Let me pull up that up here. Let's see, where is my profile? What the heck? Oh, here it is. We're holding below a massive structure right now. We need to really get above it. This area here. Right here. We're below this entire area right now. Yeah, every bounce so far in NQ has been nothing but a sell the bounce, sell the pop. Even this one right now, it looked pretty strong on the way up and then it just faded out again. Look at this. Back to the party low and it's barely holding on by a thread, dude. This is not a good day for longs on the Nasdaq. I guess when has been a good day for longs on the Nasdaq, huh? It just hasn't. The Nasdaq has consistently failed every single day for weeks. There's only been like a few handful of days where it actually has had momentum to the upside. Can't be bad. Dang. What about you, FH? What are you looking for, man? You got any trades you're looking for later today? Bound in the way, no. Yes, it's currently at the current week value low. Not really holding a support, it's trying to, but kind of messy. Very messy. The real level that has to hold, in my opinion, is that 20 area. Or like a reclaim of those 419s. Yeah, that same area that I just said. Yeah, that's right as you said that. The 420, 419s. Yeah. Right there, they probably pops it right into the 25s immediately. And then after that, 30s. So I don't disagree. Reclaim above that PDL. The PDL's at 417, so just above that. Honestly, I think they want to take out the IBL. And my stop's right underneath that. Because look at the NASDAQ, it just can't. It can't get a bid, bro. I think it wants to take out another set of lows. And then that would be the final one, maybe. Before they lay off the gas for the day. Because in that instance, the bears would have taken out every single low. They took out the prior value low, the current week value low, the overnight low, and the IBL and the PDL. They took out every single potential target on the NASDAQ to the downside that has structural significance. The IBL would be the final one. And I think that's where they kind of would release the selling pressure for the day until post FOMC. That would make sense for me as a seller. Is like if I just laid off the gas after that and just kind of let buyers prop it back up so I can sell higher later. So, because they've had major control today on all the structural downside levels. Every single downside level they could potentially have tagged, they tagged on the NQ today. There's my stop on the other one. I'm down like $100. Yeah, I'm down like 126. So, we'll see. I'm down to try one last time, and that'll be my last attempt for the day. Yeah, I think so. I think that if they were to potentially just press past the IB, it's just greedy. And it wouldn't make a lot of sense. I think this is, if there's a reversal, it's going to be here in this area right now where they're doing it. I'm just going to take it, to be honest. I'm not even going to hesitate. I do think this is the low, to be honest. And, yeah. We'll see. Because they hit the IB on the NQ and then they already started bouncing already. We'll see. Last trade here for the day. I'm not trying anything else anymore. This is the final downside press. If they continue past this point, it's just going to go parabolic to the downside then. I would assume 75 or 380, 375 area. At that point, like there's nothing below this, at the 400 area, until like 20, 30 points lower. Dude, they're really gonna tee this off all the way down to the 70. Wow, I'm impressed. Today's weakness, I am impressed. I am impressed by it, because every single day we've been getting bids and just completely shut it off today. They just like turned off the bid. All the buys that were here all the week are gone. Anyway, this is, again, if this is, there's going to be an area for reversal, I think it's here near the IBL. This is just where I would assume it would lay off the gas. And we'll know, I guess, in a few. whether that's right or wrong. Where is the NASDAQ? Yeah, it's pretty sold. Anything. Alright, 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 alright. Do, 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 do. They hit that low and bounced again. I'll bid a couple more there. This is very weak, dude. I mean, they're not even able to reclaim the IBL. Look at it. If I'm looking at the DOM right now, the IBL is at 398. They're hitting it and immediately rejecting 2 points. They need to pop right over it and then continue momentum. Otherwise, this thing's gonna get fucking wrecked for another 20 points probably. Here's a 38, 398, and no cigar. Come on, buddy. Push past it. Nothing. There's no momentum past 398s right now. It literally hits the IB perfectly and rejects it. That is just outright weakness in the tape. Come on, buddy. Wake up. Come on. Wakey, wakey, S&P. Nothing. There's a passive seller there because there's a bunch of buy delta coming into it and it doesn't move higher. There's a passive seller holding it right below it because you can see the delta column on the ladder or the DOM there. It's all positive delta and it doesn't push past it. I'm gonna clear it. See more positive delta. 398. Okay, hold. I'll buy more if this holds. Okay. Alright, we'll buy more here, 400. That'll be the last ad right there. Alright, cool. Now it has to hold 398. This momentum, this delta has to continue, and we get a relief pop into, I don't know, 410s maybe? 409? Yeah, 409 seems fair. Bad for you. Just bad, bad, bad. Dang, weak, bro. What the fuck? Alright. Well, market's telling me I'm wrong here. Back below 398. Yeah, it's a very weak market. My god, this is impressive, I must say. You can't even look at back below 398 after that little pop. Couldn't even touch the value low for the week. This tape is not a pretty one for upside moves. Well, I'll end the stream after this loss here. Because I personally will be locking myself out for the day and just waiting till tomorrow to trade if this doesn't play out. NQ's holding the IBL here. Barely, but it's holding it. Right there. Might be a better long on the NQ, honestly. It seems to be a little bit more momentum on the NQ. Landswood. Ba-da-ba. Let me see what this is. Yeah, I think the NQ is a better long. It's a lot more respectful of the upside right now that we're coming out of on the NQ. It's up about 40 points off the IBL, and the S&P is only up 2. A little consolidation base here. Yeah, it might be brewing. I think a minimum of like 10 points, and then if they have more momentum, the S&P might brew like a 410 test. And if it has momentum, then it'll come to that 417, 420, and then from there, well, I don't know. We'll see from there. But honestly, I'm very disappointed by the S&P's strength here. The NQ has done a way better job at respecting the IBL failed breakdown so far. It's snapped up 50 points already from that IBL, and the S&P has barely moved 2 points away. And their spread is usually 5 points, so the S&P should be up 10 points if it's moving in the same way. So the S&P should be trading 410s, while the NQ is trading 580s. So that spread is very weak on the S&P. Very weak. Like there's a 10-point spread between the NQ and the S&P. Like if they were in parity, the S&P should be trading 410s right now. Look at it. Look at how fucking weak this is. Can't even get past 400s. Oh, now it gets going. Some random fucking momentum. So either the spread is the buy, the spread that between Nasdaq and S&P, that's the buy. The S&P should catch up, and buying the S&P makes sense, or it's telling me that the S&P is going to fade and we're going to break new lows. I don't know. I can't tell. Right now, it looks like it's getting a relief. There's a sellers right there at 405. Look at them. Look at that. About 1,200, 2,000, almost 3,000 lots traded already. There's a seller right there at 405. Massive one. 1,400 lots. There's probably more. We just don't see them all because they're getting neutralized by the bids. I would say at least 2,000 lots traded there from the seller. A seller. He just stepped away. He got squeezed out. You guys see that? He covered. That guy covered. I'm not sure if it's enough, but we'll cover at 409. The seller covered there though. That was massive. That was a big absorption sell that I haven't seen one in a while. And obviously it's more clear because the volume right now is very low. I'm trying to fill, but they're They're not really testing 409s again. Come on. I keep teasing. The volume's very thin. You can see that only 3 lots traded 8.25. That's a very small volume. That's disappointing. Yeah, very disappointing price action. Right back to the same area. No, you just said that he said he was open to transferring. Ah. Oh my, I had to move my... Yeah, but that's not common. Uh-huh. Oh my. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, back to the... All right. Right back to square one. Nothing has changed. Boom, boom. This is not good, bro. Not good consolidation here at all. And they're still selling. You can see the delta is still piling up here. I am surprised how greedy they are. I don't know if that's good or bad, because I mean, honestly, how could you still continue to sell with the catalyst overhang in like 2 hours? What is it, 2 hours? 3 hours? At the lows of the day. Insane, dude. It's insane. Like the risk reward does not make any sense to be short this big down here. But they're going for it. A bad location short selling is what really squeezes up, and I think they're gonna get squeezed out because they just keep pressing. Look at, they're trying to press right at the 400s, and I think that's retarded. I don't know. I think they're gonna get squeezed out, honestly, whoever's doing this. It's not a good location. I think selling passively makes sense at like 420s. It's a higher time frame value area low from this week and 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. Yeah, about 4 weeks ago. But doing it here at 400s, I mean, unless they have a big buffer on the stop. You know, if you have a 100-point stop, I guess it makes sense. But I don't know. They're pushing again. NQ's reversing here, higher, trying to reclaim that priority low again. But the S&P is, compared to the Nasdaq right now, it is very weak. It's like half the strength right now. Half the strength. So, like the NQ is doubled up on strength compared to the S&P. The S&P should be trading 410s. So it's like 5 points away from that. While the NQ is doing a lot of the work here. So I think the long is probably best on the Nasdaq, honestly. Because every single bounce, the parity between the two is split right now. It's not the same. Are you kidding me? Again? Alright, whatever. It's just those bashes don't make it easy. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot at play, I guess, because the regime is also, the GEX regime is also amplifying those moves down. So that doesn't help, right? Like the GEX regime is tilted and or slanted in their direction. So I'm sure that's definitely creating some of that downside pressure. But either way, it's just the risk reward makes no sense. There's a scale here. It took a while to fill me, but they finally filled me. There's the release of the Kraken. And there's a lot of selling, so I don't, this move, when it stops going higher, it's going to be kind of clear because you're going to see all those sellers that were pressing the lows at 400s, you're probably going to see them hit the tape. And they're going to be in triple digits. So when you see the tape push and delta begins to show, I would assume like triple digit delta prints, that's like when the end of the move to the upside will end, probably, and start to consolidate again. So if we clear this 410 area, it'll keep going. I don't know where it'll stop, but it'll keep going until all those sellers that pressed exit. I won't know exactly where that is until I see it on the delta. So my assumption is above the prior day low, but I don't know where their stops are. I'll see it on the tape when they hit. It'll be pretty obvious. That's where I'll exit the last of the last set of the trade. There's a really good method for that on footprints, stacked imbalances. Always happens as structure. Makes sense. I mean, if it happens at a structural reference, then you know you can put 2 and 2 together and assume that's probably them exiting. All I have as a reference is I have an MBO, like a heat map with the MBO orders that highlight, but not much else. They're still pressing. Look, there's another one still trying to sell here at 407. That footprint might be the overlap might be good. Lots of 0 prints on the side, like oh, those usually are a big indicator of a I don't think we had any on the way down today. Actually, I was gonna reference some, but yesterday we had some on the way up. Lots of 0 prints on one side, like the 5, 6, and out. Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. If you see the 0 prints like that stacked together, it's and the price skips. Profile looks like a B shape, so I assume this can potentially test 20s. That's my assumption here right now too, but we'll see. It looks like it wants to, I mean, the most logical, at some point, I don't know when, but when you break down like this, like we did at the rate that we did, just kind of slice through the 420s, it usually back tests from below. This could be that instance where it wants to do that, but I don't know. It could just be a continuation down further. We're here at 410s now. Another 7-point pop is not out of the question, just to test those sellers at the prior day low, which is where I'll scale right here in about another 6 points, where that prior day low is. It's also a prior massive balance area here. Let me show you on the profiles. Here it is, right here. This is a massive area right here. Right, so around there. We're kind of testing down underneath that from below right now after breaking underneath it. NQ's trying to reclaim the overnight low, but it's not quite able to do so. I'll just take some off the table. Every time I try to... every time I decide I want to take some off the table, they immediately reject. Alright, I'm just gonna get down to a small piece. I'm at what, a quarter of the size? Yeah, a quarter. I had 12 lots, just down to 3. I'm not gonna push this much further. I wish... my assumption there should have been more momentum already at this point. I'll just take the green and try to squeeze some of this out. I have a total of 3 lots, so I'll hold what I have for now and let the momentum do the rest. And then I'll tighten up the stop here. I certainly don't want to see this back below 398 if it does come back down. So I'll just hold this for now and see what it does. There's a lot of sellers still hitting the wire. Guys are really in it today. Look at that. Momentum favors them again. They hit the put wall and then they just rejected it again. Yeah, and Q's not. It just tested the... all it did was back test again. I think the line in the sand here for the momentum for continuation is going to clearly be, for me at least, I'm going to assume it's that currently weak value or low on the NQ. It's like 660 area. It's shifting as price moves and volume fills, but for now it's 660. And if until we hold that on the NQ, the S&P is already above it. But until the NQ reclaims that, I don't think there's a relief here that's strong enough to push us pretty strong to the upside. Reclaiming that value or low relieves a lot of the sell side pressure, because on a technical basis, like, that's imbalanced down on a week over week, which puts the breakout scenario for bears in control below the value or low for the week. And as long as we remain below that, then momentum, so to speak, on a higher time frame is in favor of the bears for the current week. So until the NQ can reclaim 660s, this probably still remains in this general parabolic trend down, because it's below the first standard deviation. It's already a pretty strong downtrend as it is being below that. So just we'll keep an eye out for that level. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, very weak. I mean, if you look at even the higher time frame, current month, power value at low or well below it on the NQ, it's about, what, 1,000 points above us? 2856, 289. Yeah, it's about 1,000 points, a little bit over. NQ is definitively in a trend down, a very strong one on a higher time frame. I got the speed of tape with delta outliers on Sierra. No way. So what's up, man? What's going on, Mr. Sir? Your candle? It's died up. It has. I mean, momentum favors more farther downside. What we were talking about the other week. Yeah, the one that ATAS has, right? Is that what we're talking about? Speed of tape with delta outliers, or is it the? I think that's what we're talking about. Playing Catch the Knife today. I hope you're doing good, Rick. We play Catch the Knife. Wow, I don't know. I mean, I play long pretty much every day for the most part. So yeah, I guess so. It's even better. So what has it got going on? Aggressive delta speed of tape? Oh wow. How'd you do that? Assuming that's got to be a custom indicator, right? You built like a CPP. Oh, you're gonna send me the template. Wow, that's a blessing. Okay, well, thanks. All right, well, thanks. You sent it. Let me check. Let me see what we got here. Okay, let me open it. How do I? It's a chart book. How'd you do that, by the way? Okay, so let me see. File, open chart book, folder, downloads. How do I find the chart book? Yeah, it's in downloads. Should I move it a copy? And then go to here. Data. Right? Share chart data. Okay. Refresh. Alright, let's see. We'll let it load for now in the background, so it's loading. What do I need to do here? Do I open a DOM or what? I think I need to open the DOM, right? File, find symbol. Let me see. File. Change symbol, find symbol. ES, where's the ES one? Change symbol. Whoa, what is this? Yo, dude, what is this? Looks legit. What the heck? What is all speed of tape bid, speed of tape delta? My goodness. How'd you make this? Let me see if I can, let me see, hold on. Yeah, it looks amazing. Let me figure out how to detach it. Okay, there we go. Okay, I have it here. The rest of my charts. Let me move it over, or maybe even here just for now. What the heck? Where'd it go? Keeps going. Keeps leaving me. Why does it keep leaving? So this is giving, what is this little chart here? Is this just like a tick chart or what? And then you have speed of tape delta, which is very good. You can see all the selling came in, buying, leaving the tape. Yeah, the speed of bid, okay. Speed of ask. I'll have to kind of like align this with what's going on with action, but it looks amazing. I think I need just a small one. I'll probably have this open, but wow, this looks really cool. You can change the frame. Okay. That's pretty freaking neat. I'll have to look at it. You like the M1? Let me see. Bar period. Yeah, it is 1 second. Okay. Go. 1. Okay. There we go. Okay. Cool. You can see all the selling hitting the speed this morning. Right off the open. Very interesting. Yeah. How'd you get this done? This looks amazing. I'll keep this over for later. I mean, this looks pretty freaking neat. I'll leave it up here on this monitor above. Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's a very... I wonder how he did the speed of tape and all that. It's very interesting. Indicator that he was able to gather. He did like a full cumulative volume, and then there's probably like a spread in the volume threshold to be above a certain level or amount. I don't know how he did. It's really good. Very interesting. I'll keep an eye on, see if the bid or anything changes on the buy side here for this. I like to reverse engineer his templates. Like, yeah, dude, I'll definitely be looking at this later. Let's see. Does it have the analysis tools? Oh, it does have them. Cool. He has like the additions here. Bid, ask. Wow. There's a few things hidden. I wonder what this is for. That's pretty neat, man. It's really good. Thanks for sharing it. Where's the Yankee at? Okay. All right, Euro close is about to happen right now in like a few minutes. I wonder if that maybe Euro closing might release some of the selling pressure. Well, I appreciate it. Oh, I'm sharing it. I'll definitely keep this chart book open here. I'll kind of keep an eye on it and see what if it provides good insight for momentum. Just overall net positioning. Because I can see that the speed of tape showed a bunch of selling near the open. Might overlap a few things over it myself. I might end up adding some stuff to it, like a VWAP or something to it. Because I want to see what the net positioning is. Say, for example, like if the speed of tape and the net delta is negative below VWAP and then price reclaims over that VWAP, all that net volume will probably need to be released once above VWAP. And that might be something I can use as reference with it overlaid. Same thing with like on the opposite side, if the delta and the speed of tape was positive and price breaks below VWAP. That'd be pretty neat, because then that's like it's you have the context of all the volume that's traded and how aggressive it's traded above or below that line in the sand, the VWAP, and it can kind of tell you how much positioning there is to unwind once price reclaims the other side of that VWAP. That's a lot of context, because then you're not assuming that there's shorts that need to cover. You can see that there's shorts that need to cover based on the volume traded, which is very valuable. Right now, clearly, based on this, let me pull up the chart here. If I were to overlay a VWAP, I would be able to see that there's a lot of net positioning below the VWAP. You can see a lot of the delta here, speed of tape delta, a lot of it here. So I'll probably end up doing that right now as we speak. Yeah. It hasn't been answering, huh? I would ES symbol over. Oh, good eye. I don't know if I have that. Let me see. Yeah, make sure the volume is actually ES. Let me see. Yeah, ES, good eye. Good eye there. I didn't even think about that. Make sure it's the ES volume. There you go. Cool. Much better. And now it's actually more balanced. It's funny. The peaks of the delta, they're actually a little more balanced. But also the peak here is much bigger on this area here at 400 than the last 30 minutes. Interesting. So the volume's different on the completely different actually. I expect to be a little more similar, but completely different between the two. And the VWAP already makes sense how hard they're trying to break the 400s. Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean we saw that $12,000 that $1,200 that 1,200 lot traded. right at what, 400s? I declared my delta already, but 1200 lots, a little more probably, traded right near this area. It's probably where the point of control was. No, it was like 400, 403, 405. It was like 1200 lots traded there. And they're still pressing, bro. Crazy. Crazy, guys. Yeah, it looks like I might get drilled out on this trade here. We're gonna hit another leg lower. A euro close just happened right now. See if this releases a sell side pressure and we begin to bounce, because the euro close usually releases some of the pressure if we've been in a certain trend. So if we're trending down on, or trending up or down during going into euro, sometimes we reverse once all that volume leaves the market. I'm not sure if it will, but momentum kicks in and reverses, and I'll probably bid a little bit more. Okay. Do you need your stuff? No. Your back? Oh, you're not taking your backpack on. Yeah, the ball, even the delta, speed of tape and everything has just died here. It's just dead. Wow, this is really amazing. I appreciate FH for sending this over. Okay, we'll bid a little bit more here. Keep the tight where it is. Keep it stop where it is. We'll scale in the same spot. Honestly, I'm gonna take pretty much the same trade. Just scale at the where that put wall is. I bought 3 more, so we'll scale those 3 out. Maybe. 4. All right, that'll be it for now. Adding a little bit more as we head into euro. Our euro's already closed, and see if that sell side pressure relieves some of the movement down, and we mean revert back up again, since euro selling pressure might be gone. Oh, not this one. Oh. You're all right. All right. What? Okay. Hello. Yeah. You're wearing that tonight, huh? No? Okay. Yeah. With those glasses too. Yeah, it looks great. Then I do it all again. Yes. Well, I'm going to just wait it out. See if this bounces or not. Euro close, volume over. No reward to the downside. Lots of net selling near the lows. I would assume, based on that, all that volume, just volume data alone, we get a relief rally back into 410s. Once more, 409, something like that. And then see if they have enough momentum to push past and hold and revisit the VWAP for the RTH session. That's the baseline assumption right now based on the volume having dried up and all the net selling that's currently stuck. I would assume we have a failed breakdown in a very funny way. It's just a very funny looking failed breakdown, but it's one right here. This is the failed breakdown pretty much if you look at it. This low, right? You have a probe of the initial balance low that has not been rewarded past that initial probe. My assumption is we come up here to that 4-day value low. We've seen this trade before. It's just every time it happens, when it does work out, it's very slow because of the lack of volume. I love you too. Bye. So, you guys have been on the stream for some time. You guys know this IBL failed breakdown setup. It takes time. It's very boring. It's a very slow churn trade. And it's not a momentum trade or a very explosive reversal, but it's just enough of one to test the other edge. We'll see if it does it or not. The true line in the sand for a trade like this is the exact low. So I don't have my stop there, unfortunately. So I might get trailed on this little weird move down. I need to have my stop a little lower, unfortunately, and I might just have to do that, accommodate that. Because yeah, I have to move it down. Because the failed breakdown setup, the invalidation is the break of that low. And if they break it, then the whole thesis is wrong, right? Because then the sellers have been rewarded for their efforts. The idea, the whole premise lies on the fact that there's no reward for all the effort that the sellers have been probing for, which is a new low on the day. That does not happen, then they begin to unwind positioning as we get closer to the catalyst or the event, which still is a couple hours away. And so far, they're coming for it. They're coming for the lows. Oh, you fucking assholes. I'm getting really annoyed of all these command fucking things opening on my main panel. Why can't you pick another screen, bro? I have 4 other screens you can pick. You went to make some cheese toast. Nice. What does that look like? Cheese toast. I never heard of that. Cheese toast, huh? Grilled cheese, I think it's... Ah, okay. Just different name, same thing. Okay, cool. Sounds good, man. I hate when Siri thinks I'm talking to it. I'm like, bro, I never even said your name. I'll buy more on this trade if it ends up reclaiming with momentum here. I'll get back to the original position size, but I need to see momentum. That's the thing. Yeah, that's how they called it. They called yummy stuff. You're a hoe. That's an inference. All right, I'll bid 2. All right, here we go. And it's not like government. I'll buy a few more if I get momentum here. Another probe of the low and no push, no new low, and essentially. So we'll see if it ends up holding or not. I gotta erase this level. This did not become the current weekly value low. Yeah. Oh no, they're about to stop me out. Oh no. Dang it. Ah, they're coming. They're coming. The British are coming. The British are coming. Fuck you. Are you serious? Dang, 1 tick away. Oh, never mind. I was not saved. Alright, well, yeah. I still ended the day red here. How much? Like, oh, only down 43 bucks. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Kind of lame, but it is what it is. Not bad. Well, let's see. So far, my idea did not work. Euro close did not result in relief bounces, just continuation lower. Good risk reward for a play. Maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah, on to the next. I maybe shouldn't have added to the trade, but it is what it is. I'm still open to buying it back, honestly. Not the full size, but the same trade. Honestly, I'll buy it back. The reclaims at 98. Let's see, 747398 39. Wow. Do 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 do. They're coming back in again. I just want to see it reclaim that value low for the week. Boom. Boomba. Okay. All right, we'll bid it here. I don't know if they'll take another low, but in case they want to. 90s. A spam call. Nobody likes spam calls. So, fuck off. Yeah, 409 is where I'll take half, and then the other half at near that neckline at the 17s. Same trade, honestly. I'm taking the same setup here. Looks like they're getting a little bit of a spike now with some momentum. I'm not sure if it's real, but I'll keep an eye on the delta on that speed up tape thing. But for now, same trade. Again, my stop was like right there. They took the low by a couple points. Reclaim current weekly value low. Come back, retest the high right near the rejection point 409, and then if they got momentum, they may be able to test the RTH VWAP, which is where I'll take the rest of the position off. Pretty much same trade, nothing different, just re-entering it. Yeah, this looks solid here, honestly. It's a failed breakdown, pretty much, of the IB. Light volume. Ugh. You don't like me, bro. I'll be right back. But same setup. This thing ain't fucking moving. Thing is not. This is so fucking ridiculous. The Dow is honestly flatlined. I have never seen it so chill on the Dow. It's like sideways, completely sideways, not even moving. Oh man, this is the flattest price action we've had, and honestly, I'm not surprised. Anyway, I'm gonna hold this trade, and then I'll be back tomorrow, dude. I'm not gonna sit here for the rest of this shit. This is boring as fuck. Yeah, this is. I'm probably gonna get stopped out only because there's no. First of all, we're losing the reclaim of the 98. You know that needed it to hold. That's the current weak value or low. Secondly, like there's just no volume. There's no volume. We might continue the meltdown until they find something optimal to purchase into. Yeah, look at another little flush there. I guess I'll wait. I'm about to get stopped out right now, so might as well wait it out. Okay. They're about to take me out one fucking tick away. Wow. Come on, bounce here. Could you imagine this thing doesn't take me out exactly? That'd be some shit, huh? There it is. All right, cool. I'm out, guys. I take the L. What is this? Like a $400 day. 550. Yeah, I'm gonna walk away. I'm not gonna even trade. I'm not trading FOMC or anything. So this will be the last trade for me. There's a level down there I like, which is 375s. I just already took too many trades and I'm already red. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to take it. But that level I like is at 375, the prior month value or low. Tape's ass, bro. Have a good one. Yeah, I'll see you, man. I think I wasted good trades on a terrible tape. So, you know, something to reference later for myself. Have a good day, guys.